Chapter 23. Morning. Supermercado Magnifico, Wall Avenue, Reno, Nevada. Maria takes the elevator to the hotel lobby. She waves at a cleaning lady on the first floor entering the elevator, and she exits the hotel onto the street. One reason she chose this particular hotel was its proximity to a supermarket. She only has to walk a couple of blocks to the local supermarket. Supermercado Magnifico. Magnificent supermarket. It contains a large array of American and Latino foods. Maria has Brian's remaining money, and she plans on stocking up on groceries for a week or two. As she enters the store, she sees folding grocery carts for sale. She immediately purchases one to ease her shopping trip. She proceeds down the aisles, and she slowly starts to fill her new cart. She enters one aisle, and is filled with a variety of candies and treats from Mexico and Central America. She grabs a bag of various treats. The top of the aisle is filled with assortment of piñatas, paper-mache and cardboard shapes that can be filled with candy for kids' parties. She also sees a variety of toys. One toy stops her in her tracks. It's a small wooden top, packaged with a long piece of string. It reminds her of sweet Alejandro, one of her little patients from Honduras. He had a terminal lung disease until she used her Hill coin to heal the sickness. The coin took its toll on her body. Her body aged several years in a single day. Worth it, she thinks. On a whim, she adds a few of the tops, also known as trompos, into her cart. She continues shopping, and she continually keeps her head on a swivel. She tries to nonchalantly look at all the other customers and store employees. If she receives any unwanted attention, she'll run and/or fight. A young teenage girl catches her eye. The girl is wearing a rather large, puffy basketball team jacket. Every other aisle or so, she sees the girl standing extremely close to the shelves. Usually customers stand back from the shelves so as to look at the large selections of products. Marie suspects the girl is shoplifting. Her suspicions are confirmed while she's in the health and beauty aisle, picking out some toothbrushes. Maria sees the girl stuff a box of feminine hygiene products into her jacket pocket. Maria sighs. The young woman reminds Maria of her younger self. She thinks, she's trying to get by, but she probably doesn't know how to do it properly. She needs some mentors and a helping hand. Without those people in my life, I wouldn't have made it past high school, let alone medical school. She approaches the young woman. You don't have to do that. I'll pay for you, says Maria to the girl. Huh? What? Says the girl. What are you talking about? That stuff in your jacket. I'll pay. Screw you, puta, says the girl. No, really. I'll pay. It's no problem. The girl looks at Maria with a red face. She starts to say, I said... Then she's interrupted by a loud, gruff voice. God damn it! I told you if I see you in here again, I would kick your ass. You thieving bitch! Maria's protective instincts kick in. She thinks, I can't let this girl get in trouble for something so stupid. And this guy's an ass. Maria turns around and yells, Don't you talk to my hija de Dios like that! I will kick your ass! And don't you touch me! Are you some kind of dirty pervert? The portly man in a dirty smock wasn't near Maria, so he couldn't have touched her, but he fears the implication. Shocked, he replies, What? I didn't touch you. Maria approaches the girl and removes the box of feminine products from her pocket and places it into her cart. We're leaving! And stop looking at our asses! Puerco! Maria starts to walk to the checkout stands. She grabs the girl's arm and pulls her into her wake. You better pay for everything, says the man as Maria storms off. We prosecute here! Thanks, whispers the girl to Maria. No es nada, says Maria. What's your name? Leticia. I mean Letty. Hi, Letty. I'm Maria. I'm starving. Want to get lunch? I'm buying. See? Yes, I'm hungry too, says the girl. She bounces up and down on her toes in excitement. Okay, let's pay for these things. And we'll get some lunch at the torta shop next door. Yum, says Letty as she helps bag up their purchases. I never get to eat there. At the restaurant, Maria quickly orders 2 lunch combos. By the time she's paid, the food is ready. The two sit at a small table, and they start to eat in companionable silence. When they're close to finishing eating, Maria speaks to Letty. Letty, there are local teen resources you can use to get basic necessities. Try to use those, okay? Letty nods. She looks around as if she's not really paying attention. Letty, says Maria. She stares at the girl till Letty notices. Letty makes awkward eye contact. I won't preach, says Maria, but listen. When you really need it, you should ask for help. Doesn't make you weak. It's actually pretty brave. Don't think asking for help is giving up. Asking for help is when you refuse to give up. Letty looks outside, and she sees a car pull into the supermarket parking lot. Thanks, Maria. I gotta go. Take care, says Maria, as she watches the girl walk outside her small bag from the grocery store. Letty runs to the waiting car, a classic Chevy with a custom metallic paint job. The light brown-skinned driver yells out, Hey, homegirl, get your stuff? Cool, let's go, we got work to do. He moves his handgun out the passenger seat and onto his lap. Letty gets into the passenger seat. As the car drives away, Maria exits the tortoise stand with her wheeled cart. She sees a car plaque in the back window. It reads, Local 8's Car Club. Chapter 24, Evening, Extended Days Inn, Reno. Maria returns to the suite for groceries. She has to knock several times till Kai unlocks the door. Busy, I see, says Maria. She raises her eyebrows. Yeah, I gave Brian what he wanted, says Kai. Maria takes in a sharp breath. No! The door opens wider, and Maria sees Brian sitting in front of the TV. He has a small game controller in his hand. There's a paused video game on the screen. She sees some type of fighting game. A small mouse character is punching a small elf character into the air. Brian exclaims, This place is great! You can rent games from the TV! And if Kai's coin, it's free! Maria chuckles and says, Naughty! The news is still full of blurry pictures of us, says Kai. Did you see anything out there? Not really, but I did bring tortas. Brian hops up. Awesome! I'm starving. After putting away their groceries and eating, Maria hands Brian a new pair of shoelaces. Thanks, says Brian. It stresses me out to have my shoes flopping while running for my life. The running for your life part doesn't stress you out? Asks Kai. Nope, it's all the floppy shoes. I bet, says Maria. Can we all place our coins on the coffee table? I think we should inspect them. They each place their coin on the table. Brian and Maria sit on the couch, and Kai sits opposite of them on the floor, cross-legged. She has Maria's bag of Mexican candy in her lap. These are all the same, says Kai. Spicy on the outside, sweet on the inside. They're just different shapes. They have different flavors, says Maria. The shapes are fruit shapes. I guess. I can't tell the flavor because my mouth is on fire, says Kai as she pops another candy into her mouth. Now for our coins. Look at them. They've changed, says Maria. The key coin has a key on one face and an old-style lock on the other. The sword coin has a sword on one face and a classic archery bow on the other. The fine coin has a map with an X on one face and a map without an X on the other. We now have 3 coins and 3 sets of powers. How do you know how to shoot a bow and arrow? Asked Brian. I took archery in school. I was pretty good at it. Maria can do anything. I bet she can't name one thing she's not good at. Well, I've never been bow hunting. I don't know if I could hit a moving target like a deer. I bet you could figure it out. That doesn't really count. Name something else you can't do. There's a lot of things I can't do. Oh, come on. Let's hear it. What's one thing you wish you could do? Maria looks down on herself. How about having kids? Kai's face falls. I'm sorry, Maria. I was just playing. I'm sorry. I didn't think that through. Let's go back to talking about the coins. Brian interrupts. I noticed when I had the sword coin, my sword was bronze. With you, Maria, it's silver. With that other guy, it was black. Maria nods and says, We all had a white sword. So the coins act differently for each person? Asks Kai. It seems so, says Maria. Motioning at Kai, she says, You were able to find a new use for the key coin. Then motioning at Brian, and you were able to find a new use for the fine coin. Kai never had that hide ability when she had the fine coin. And the previous coin holder probably didn't know he could unlock coins. He probably didn't waste his time unlocking movies and video games either, says Kai. Brian says, When you open your toolbox and you only have a hammer, everything looks like a nail. Kai giggles. What? Says Brian. If Will was here, he would say something about hammers and nails, says Kai. Like I'd hammer you, or I'd nail you, says Brian. Kai giggles some more. She continues. So, some coins are just a perfect fit with some people. That's a good theory. As a doctor, the heel coin allowed me to do some amazing things, says Maria. If you held it, you probably wouldn't understand some of the medical problems I've encountered. So the coin might not be as effective for you. Will was nearly invulnerable with his luck coin. That's pretty powerful, says Brian. But the negative effects of losing the coin ended him. All the coins have negatives, says Maria with a sad smile. Whenever I use my coin to find something, I lose something too, says Brian. They have to think for a moment. I've been hiding a lot too. Now we are all over the news. When I unlock something, it seems to break and stay unlocked. I don't want to say this out loud, says Kai. But what's a negative locking something? I'm sure we'll find out, says Brian. Maria, what do you think is a negative using this sword coin? Maria shakes her head. I don't really know. It does make you feel very powerful. I felt like a god holding that sword. A person's death is just one swipe away. I didn't feel that. I slashed some tires and accidentally sliced a cop. Well, if the coins act differently for different people, the side effects are probably different as well. When Will used a sword, he started acting pretty recklessly. The original sword owner was probably just as reckless. Left had opened an attack. I was able to shoot him on 2 separate occasions. He thought he was invincible. I don't really know. My head hurts, says Kai. I think I need to lay down and think about this stuff later. Me too, says Brian.